How'd you guys like the brand new intro screen and intro music? Just a couple of things that we're working on over here at Broncos Breakdown by Chat Sports. Welcome in. My name is Moose to Broncos Breakdown live. And it is a Wednesday. I do realize that. But we've got some interesting things going on here, especially at Chat Sports, with all the time off because of the holidays. But also tomorrow, I will not be able to go live because my brother graduates from college, so I have to make my way down to his university and watch his graduation. So we're going to go live a day early. But if you liked everything from the new intro screen to the new intro music, make sure you hit that thumbs up icon for me. Before we get into what today has in store for us, we have to ask you one very important question. It is the pinned poll of today's live show. Is Bo Nix officially a top 10 quarterback in the NFL? I'm going to give some shout-outs here to some loyal Broncos fans that are joining me on this Wednesday. Welcome in, everybody. Danny Cuddle. He says, Broncos Breakdown going live, so much for being productive at work this afternoon. My guy, I totally understand that. Mile High Donkey says, yes. K-Dub, what up, brother? He says, absolutely. Go Pack, beat Heels. I'm going to assume you're a North Carolina State fan if you're saying beat Heels and Pack, meaning Wolf Pack. He says, yes, sir. Tuna Bowl, good to see you. Big win against Packers. It was a great win against the Green Bay Packers. John Workman saying 100% yes, top 5 at least. Matthew, I'm not sure I'm ready to go that high yet, but definitely between 7 and 10 for sure. If I had to put my number on it, I'd probably say 8 or 9 right now in the NFL. Bo is absolutely balling out. And also, believe it or not, Nick Wright had something to say about that. Maybe we'll touch on that right before we start today's show. But he was talking a little bit about Bo Nix's last 3 games, and Nick Wright said these are the best 3 career games that we've seen from Bo Nix by far. So even Nick Wright was giving him some credit, or as I like to call him, Nick Wrong. David, what's up? He says, let's effing go. Dude, I'm excited about today's show. I really am. You better effing believe it. All right, so you guys keep answering that question down in the live chat. Let's get some more Denver Broncos fans in here. I've got a deal going on for you guys, by the way. Obviously, Chiefs-Broncos comes up on Christmas Day. I've actually got a 2-parter for this one. Before I bring on our producer, the first part of this deal is that if we make $300 on today's live show, I'll dress up as Santa Claus for the Denver versus Kansas City game. And the second part of today's deal might actually be even more fun than that, as we bring on everybody's favorite producer, Patriots Today host, Brett Alper. Oh, boy. Well.
Hello.
If it isn't the host of Frauds Today.
Yeah,
how are you, Blown Lead? How you feeling?
Ooh, well, I'm feeling fine.
Are you feeling fine?
I'm feeling fine.
I'm not so sure that Sunday you were feeling so fine. I heard a lot of profanity coming from Studio E.
Yep.
How are you feeling, Mr. 21-0?
Well, you have one loss isn't going to kill you. Back in 2018, I watched the Dolphins take back a random pitchy woo-woo, and we ended up winning the Super Bowl. Mm-hmm. So we're fine.
I don't think you're that fine.
We're fine.
21-0 against the Buffalo Bills is not exactly fine.
The MVP quarterback, Josh Allen.
The worst defensive all-playoff team, Buffalo Bills.
Wasn't that the Bears?
Nope. Bills is worse.
I do not believe odd.
Oh, he believes.
I do not believe.
He believes. He came over talking all that ish. He came over to Studio M when the Broncos were playing the Packers. Chat, chirp, 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 chirp. Bo goes out, throws 302, 4 tuds, no picks. Best game of his career against the Packers defense. Top 6
That's fine.
In the NFL.
Everybody gets one.
Everybody
gets
Lawrence.
I saw Trevor Lawrence throw for 6 touchdowns. Everybody has a good game once in a while.
Well,
Everybody calm down.
I'll tell you what. I'm not going to calm down because we got a DB4L Coach Chris Bang! Read it and weep, Alper. Let's go Broncos. Number 1 seed and the AFC crown. It's ours for the taking. And you know what, Coach Chris? You have just unlocked yourself automatic entry into the Champ Bailey signed autograph jersey raffle. I have to go grab those names, but I will make sure I put this at the very top of today's
Shout
doc.
out to Coach Chris.
Coach Chris is a dog. Coach Chris is a dog.
A bigger dog than Bo Nix.
Bigger dog than Bo. I don't know if that's true. I think as much as I love Coach Chris, only one of us is going out there, or one of them is going out there and playing quarterback for the Broncos. Shout out to Coach Chris. He gets automatic entry into the Champ Bailey signed jersey raffle. And by the way, remember, if we make $300, I'll dress up as Santa for that Chiefs game on Christmas. But if we make $200, just $100 before that, Alper agreed because the Patriots lost to the Bills that if we get to $200 for the remainder of the live show, he'll wear a Broncos jersey. I've got a Bo Nix ready for you to go. You'll let all that 10 just rub off on you.
We know who's the better 10. And he belongs to this team right now.
I don't think so. You can only wear 110 when you're in this this studio. So we're a quarter of the way there already. A quarter of the way there. But in case you wanted to get a little bit more action on that, that's just a side bet that we've got going on. You can also get into the Champ Bailey laser autograph jersey raffle. If you send in a $5 super chat, you're going to get 2 raffle entries. If you send in a $10 super chat, you're going to get 4 raffle entries. And if you send in a $20 super chat, you're going to get 8 entries into the Champ Bailey laser autograph jersey. And take a look at that bad boy. Nicely and in good spirit, in good faith, donated to us based off of the money given by one anonymous Broncos fan who does not want to be named, but he did want to donate a large amount of money to the channel in order to get some stuff like this Champ Bailey laser autograph jersey. So if you want to sport this, if you want this to be up on your mantle, if you want to frame it, whatever you want to do with it, doesn't matter. It could be your jersey. All you got to do is send in a $5 super chat, and you can win it for as low as that. Everybody's booing Alper, and I love it. I love it.
Fine.
Oh, look who's in the chat, though. One of your loyal fans.
I hope she's at the live, because we're going live right after this for Patriots. So.
Oh, of course she'll be there. Michelle's a real one. Michelle's a real one. You know, Michelle was in the live chat during the Broncos game, and she was talking all that smack, and then she goes, I'll give you guys credit. You know, you went out and won that game, but Drake May is right now the MVP. And I'm like, that's fine. You can have that right now. We'll take the number 1 overall seed and a Lombardi trophy.
Yeah, don't play in the first round of the playoffs. That's fine. You can get your bye week, and then you can come back, face probably the Buffalo Bills because they're the 5 seed, 6 seed right now.
I'm telling you.
They're going to win, and then they go to Denver, and you guys are going to be a little rusty.
Yeah, okay. Go Pack! What's up?
Coach Chris said, who names their kid Alper? That's my last name, brother.
Yeah, his first name is Doofus.
That's my last
Doofus
name.
Alper. Doofus Alper. But shout out to Go Pack Beat Heels. I hate the fact that the new YouTube update only allows you to read their username instead of what they actually present as. So I don't know. Can you pull up that super chat so we could see his name? Because I don't know. I wonder if it's just Go Pack Beat Heels. Unless he's got an actual, like, says Go Broncos. Go Broncos, DB4L. Look at how cute that photo is, too. Only Broncos fans could have dogs that cute. I'm sure Patriots fans' dogs look like rats with wings.
We like cats.
Yeah, see, exactly. That tells me everything that I need to know. Shout out to Go Broncos. You get 4 raffle entries, and Dr. Checkmate coming in gets 2. And this is, by the way, for the Jaguars game. So this is early entry into the Jaguars game when we do that on Sunday, which we will be live for starting at 2 p.m. on Sunday. Make sure you pull up. The Patriots fans need free sessions at a shrink parlor to deal with their copium delusions. Yeah, that's right, cope, baby, because you lost. You blew a 21-0 lead, dude.
That's fine.
You know who has never blown a 21-0 lead? The Broncos.
You guys can be the number 1.
In fact, we don't blow leads, we demolish leads. The Giants were up by 30.
It's the Giants.
They were up
Let's
by
calm down.
Well, hold on. They were up 32 to like nothing on us. We scored 33 unanswered. I don't think it was that much. I think it was 29, but you get my point. We were down by a lot in that game.
It's the Giants. We killed the Giants.
Imagine having a last name named after an animal. Are you talking about Moose? That's not my last name. That's my nickname.
I don't want to be accepted, Reb Mage. I'm not.
Reb, don't listen to him.
I will never be a part of the Broncos.
No, he hates. What
if I call you guys Broncos Nation? How will that make you feel?
You'd be
make you feel?
Immediately excommunicated. Excommunicated immediately. All right, before we get into our first segment, and I got to tell you what we've got coming up on the show today. Do me a favor. We only need 5 more likes to hit 50 likes. Actually, 6 more likes. As soon as we get to 50 likes, we can start today's live stream. And here's our deals one more time, just in case you wanted to take a look at what you are getting if you send in a super chat. $5, 2 raffle tickets. I've been fighting this burp all day long. It's been like sitting in my chest. $10 4 raffle tickets, $20 is 8 raffle tickets, and $50, just like Coach Chris sent in, gets you automatic entry. You skip the line, you don't get any raffle tickets. You're just automatically entered into the raffle. Today's show is 3 segments long. We've got ourselves a little mailbag at the very end of today. Use hashtag Broncos or Super Chat. Jahdae Barron, could he be starting at safety now that Brandon Jones is out for the rest of the year? And the Broncos, are overdogs. Overdogs, coined by our glorious king, Bo Nix. And we're going to talk about what it means to be an overdog coming up on today's show as well. So I know Alper has a lot of feelings about that. He probably's like, it's corny, that's cringy. Well, guess what? When you're at the top of the league, you can do that type of stuff.
It's almost as corny as Broncos country. Let's ride.
Yeah, well, that was really corny. But that's not this type of Broncos team. That's Russell Wilson's Broncos, and we don't talk about that schmuck anymore. But it's not nearly as bad as Drake May. Or Drake the Schedule May. That's cornball.
We didn't start Drake May. It started with Nas Reed.
Nas Reed?
Yes. Like 4 years ago, people in Minnesota were calling him Nas Reed.
That's pretty lame, I'm not going to lie.
But if they want to call my GOAT that, they can do it.
Who's your GOAT? Drake May? Your GOAT is Tom Brady. Stop it. You know Drake May hasn't won anything.
Yet.
Anything.
Yet.
True, yet.
He's not going to win MVP.
And I do think that Drake May is a very good quarterback. I do think he is really, really good. But let me know when you beat a real team. That's all I'm saying.
We beat the Bills!
And then you lost to the Bills.
What are you going to do if Gardner Minshew beats the Broncos?
He won't. Gardner Minshew is not going to beat the Broncos. In fact, out of the next 3 games, the only game I could actually see the Broncos losing would be the one against the Jaguars.
I could see the Chargers.
No, they have no offensive line. Their offensive line is terrible.
They got Jay Herbo.
Yeah, with a broken hand. Jay Herbo with a broken hand and a papier-mâché offensive line. All right, we got 66 likes. We're good on likes. Make sure you know exactly that as soon as we hit $200 today, Alper's going to wear a Bo Nix jersey, and that's going to be great. Plus, you also get in on the Champ Bailey signed autograph or signed Laser autographed jersey. Jesus. It's a mouthful to say. Coach Chris brings up a very good point. If a guy with a stash like Gardner Minshew beats the Broncos, I'd be kicking my own ass. He's got the Fu Manchu. The Fu Manchu is what they call it. All right. We're good to go. Let's jump into our very first segment of today's show, which is all about what it means to be an overdog on Broncos Breakdown Live. Some of you probably thought that it was insanely corny to see Bo Nix talking about the Denver Broncos and saying that they were overdogs after they beat the Packers. Well, I'm here to tell you that I thought it was pretty quick-witted, and I kind of like what the messaging surrounding the term actually means for this team. Welcome in Broncos country to the Broncos Breakdown by Chat Sports. My name is Moose, sporting my favorite Denver Broncos t-shirt, my nice little throwbacks, which I've been on the full petition, by the way, for saying the Broncos need to adopt this as their main uniform. That's neither here nor there. So what does an overdog really stand for? Because you've been seeing it all over social media, right? Mile High Huddle came out and said, what are the haters going to say now? We're hashtag overdogs. But it's not just them. Fans from all over social media are nonstop gloating about this term, which is an overdog. And Bo Nix took to the microphone right after the game was over, and one of the sideline reporters said, you guys were underdogs at home. What do you have to say now? And he just very quick-wittedly said, we're overdogs. I think it's pretty self-explanatory. Underdog means, obviously, that you are expected to lose, that you don't have a great chance to win. And overdogs means you have a really good chance to win, and no one expects you to lose. I kind of like the way that that has a ring to it. I kind of like the feeling around that term, as corny as it can be, about the Denver Broncos. Now, we're going to break it down a little bit more here in detail, but before we do that, make sure that if you want the constant daily updates surrounding your Denver Broncos, I'm talking Bo Nix videos, Sean Payton videos, defense videos, RJ Harvey, J.K. Dobbins, your favorite players, you got to be subbed to the channel. 805 away from our next milestone of 52,000 subs here on the channel. So, overdogs. I like the way it feels, like I said. I like being considered an overdog because it sets the expectations that this franchise is expecting to win. That could be viewed as cocky, but I don't think it's cocky. If your expectation is greatness, you are going to land on greatness. What's that old saying? Shoot for perfection, and when you miss, you'll land among awesome or greatness or whatever that phrase is. But Heavy on Broncos kind of perfectly surmised what it means to be an overdog. Here's what they had to say. The Broncos quarterback, who had been considered an underdog by many, turned into one of the best performances of his career and sent a clear message after the game. He made it clear that he and his team are no longer to be underestimated. That's where we're the overdogs. Denver once again Denver once again was doubted nationally. Responded the same way it has all season, as they now have won 11 games in a row. Bo Nix has aura, man. I'm telling you. He is a God-fearing man, but when it comes to that play on the field, the guy is cool, he's calm, he's collected, he is a leader of men, and this team loves him. All of the free agents, Dre Greenlaw, Talanoa Hufanga, they came to Denver because they knew they saw something special in this coaching staff, and they saw something special with Bo Nix. Speaking of Bo Nix, did you know he's now climbing the MVP ladder, now already in 4th place, according to FanDuel odds, of course. Now, there's a lot of different odds out there that'll tell you he's tied for 4th or tied for 5th. But if you're going by FanDuel, Bo Nix now is 4th behind Matthew Stafford, Drake May, and, of course, Josh Allen. I think it's important to go back and compare what Bo was last year to where he is now, because even with the inconsistent play that we have seen from Bo Nix this year, he's still better in every statistical category that matters. His record is better. by 3 games. His passing yards are better by almost 300 yards. He's got 3 more touchdowns. He's got 2 less picks and a passer rating that's almost identical. But still, this is with the inconsistent play throughout the first part of the season. Bo is only getting better. Like Nick Wright said in his most recent First Things First episode, Bo Nix just played the 3 best games of his career. And did you know that in the last 2 years, I went back to the very beginning of the 2024 season. So we've played what? 14 games this season, 17 last season. So in the last 31 regular season games, since 2024, only 2 quarterbacks have had multiple games with 300-plus passing yards, 4 touchdowns, and 0 interceptions. Want to take a guess at who one of those quarterbacks is? I'll give you a hint. It's Bo Chapman Nix. The other one is actually Jared Goff. And Jared Goff, everybody is widely considered to have rejuvenated his career since he's been in Detroit with Ben Johnson, now with the Chicago Bears, obviously. But back to the overdogs for a second. I'm just going to ask you a question because you might view it as a little corny, a little cheesy, a little like, okay, haha, a little tongue-in-cheek. But I kind of like the way it feels. I might get myself a shirt that Bo Nix is selling now, and he's actually turning it into kind of like a mission to help, the homeless people out in around the Denver area. Is this kind of like the proceeds of these shirt sales are going to help fight homelessness in that area. So if you like the term overdogs, give me a yes or no down in the comment section down below. And if you're someone that's watching during a live show, make sure you get down in the live chat and let me know if you like the term overdogs. Now, we're going to move on from that, and we're going to move on to what we've got coming up here this Sunday, which is Liam Cohen talking about the Denver Broncos. He actually said there's some striking similarities to the Denver Broncos and what he's got cooking up in Jacksonville right now, and I'll give him a lot of credit. He's definitely turned that franchise around, but they're not even on the same page as the Denver Broncos. Now, before we do that, I got to talk to you guys about my friends over at Rocket Money. They're saving me money every single month, and I could not be happier about it. You might think that you have a solid handle on your budget. Maybe your spreadsheet says that you should have an extra $1,000 left over each month. But if your bank account is not reflecting that, something is definitely off. Rocket Money helps you track every dollar, uncover hidden spending, and take control of your finances. It's a personal finance app that helps you find and cancel your unwanted subscriptions, monitors your spending, and helps lower your bills so you can grow your savings. Their dashboard lays out your total financial picture, including bill due dates and paydays, in a ways that's easier to digest. You can even automatically create custom budgets based on your past spending. I just found out that I'm still paying for food subscription services that I don't even have downloaded on my app. They're saving me money every single month. And speaking of saving money, they've saved over $2.5 billion, including over $880 million in canceled subscriptions alone. Cancel your unwanted subscriptions today and reach your financial goals faster with Rocket Money. Go to rocketmoney.com/Broncos chat today. That's rocketmoney.com/Broncos chat. rocketmoney.com/Broncos chat. All of that in the comments and description of today's video. So, during one of his most recent press conferences, Liam Cohen was asked by a Jacksonville Jaguars reporter in Duval. It's actually Duval, but I digress. He was asked about what the Broncos bring to the table, and he was very complimentary of what Sean Payton, Bo Nix, and everybody here in Mile High has been cooking up. In fact, his exact quote was this: "They've got the personnel that can go. I've used some of their clips in some of my team meetings this year of showing some darn good pass rushes against some of the teams that we've played. They're an explosive team with a quarterback that can run, throw it downfield, and their defense is at a really high level right now. Good, solid special teams as well. And I've always had a lot of respect for Sean Payton." Now, coming up this Sunday, obviously, we take on the Jacksonville Jaguars, and the reason that that's important is because they're a 10-4 team. I don't think they have nearly the firepower that a Green Bay Packers team would have, but I will say this: they definitely have been doing a lot of things right. I don't think they're exceptional in any one area, but I don't think that they're bad in any one area either. And just as poetically as it could have happened, the Broncos are no longer underdogs at home. They're actually the favorites by 3. So it is good to see that the national media now is giving the Broncos at least a little bit of respect. But you cannot take this team lightly whatsoever. They've got playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. And I think that's really what it comes down to. This and one part of their defense. Trevor Lawrence, Brian Thomas Jr., Jacoby Myers, who just got traded from the Las Vegas Raiders over there, Travis Etienne, and of course Parker Washington, which is their number 2 right now on that team. The other main area, like I said, on defense where they really excel is in their run defense. They've got the number 1 overall run defense in the NFL right now. It's very, very difficult to run on them. Now, granted, the teams that they've played this year are not necessarily that great. They play the Titans twice, and their run game is absolutely abhorrent. So we can take this with a little bit of a grain of salt. But they do have a very competent and very, very sound defensive line in stopping the run. It's going to be very difficult to see what R.J. Harvey, if he's even 100% to go, Jaleel McLaughlin and Tyler Bidet can cook up alongside the newest Denver Bronco, Cody Schrader, who we signed off of, believe it or not, earlier's Jacksonville's practice squad. So it sounds like Sean Payton's playing a little bit of 4D chess as we speak. As I said earlier, I don't think the Jags have nearly as much firepower as the Packers did, but you still got to respect them. They're 10-4. They're at the top of their division for a reason. They're definitely a good team. I would not take them lightly whatsoever. And if you come out and take a 10-4 team lightly, they will beat you. This is not, the New York Jets. This is not the Arizona Cardinals. This is a team that has actually got talent. They're not as good as the Packers, but they're definitely a respectable team. And I also think this is a unique comparison as well. The Jacksonville Jaguars are the most penalized team now in the NFL. It was the Broncos for a long period of time. And now the Broncos have kind of cut back a little bit on the penalties, which is great, but they're still the second most penalized team in the NFL. So the number 1 team and the number 2 team are going up against each other this coming Sunday. It's actually the second time that that's happened. The Giants, when we played them, were the most penalized team, and the Broncos were number 2. Hopefully this game can remain clean. I don't want to have, 12 penalties for each team. I think that would just take away from the fun and the experience of this game. But nonetheless, it's going to be a very, very wild ride. It's going to be a great game for Denver Broncos fans to be at. And I can't wait to broadcast starting at 2 p.m. Central Time on Sunday. Before we get on out of here, I just got to ask you a quick question. Who you got? Denver? Type your DENs. If you got the Jaguars, if you're like one of the 6 Jaguars fans that exist, type your JACs down in the comment section down below. I should see nonstop DENs flowing in the live chat or in the comment section down below. Just a quick reminder to hit that subscribe button as we inch our way closer and closer to 52,000 subscribers. Broncos country, until next time, a little mile-high salute to all of you. Be cool. $20 super chat from our guy, Chris Ray. Got to see Bo live against the Raiders in Denver last year and had a feeling with how he played there that we had found our guy. I could see him taking down some of Elway's franchise records someday. Deep playoff run incoming. I think that is definitely, there's a lot of truth to what you're saying. I don't want to go as far as to saying he'll be better than the greatest Denver Broncos quarterback that's ever played, but I will say this. Bo Nix is by far and away already shown everybody, or at least he should have showed everybody, that he is the Denver Broncos franchise quarterback for the next 10 plus years. He really will. Barring any injury, I think Bo Nix has carved out a very long career at Mile High, and I'm really happy to see that that's the case. So, Chris, I appreciate your $20 super chat. You're going to get 8 entries into the Champ Bailey laser autographed jersey raffle. So I'm going to go Chris Ray times 8. And that takes us to $85 on the live show. Only 120 away, and now 15 away from having Alper get his ass in a Bo Nix jersey.
I don't think they have it in them, so I'm chilling.
You don't think who's got it in them? Broncos country or the Broncos against the Jaguars?
Both.
Okay, of course. Of course.
All things football. Shout out to your 5, though.
Both of them. All Things Football says this is a trap game because I know how people are sleeping on the Jags. How do you see a win, Moose? Any score prediction? Sorry if I missed it earlier. No, I didn't give a score prediction. Here's what I'll say. I don't think it's a trap game because it can't be a trap game if they're 10-4. I will say this. Don't sleep on the Jaguars. If I had to give a score prediction right now, I would say Broncos win 27-20. On Sunday, and I think that would be a good win. If you can beat a 10-4 team by 7, I think you've shown that you're a pretty damn good team.
Denver?
It's in Denver.
Yeah, I'd go 27-20.
27-20 Broncos all day long. But shout out to you, All Things Football. You get 2. Football.
I just don't believe in the Jags. I don't at all.
They remind me a lot of what the Chicago Bears are this year. They're not. Oh, sweet Jesus. We got a D, B, 4, L, Coach Chris. Bang! Come on, man. He wants to see Alper rock the Bo Nix jersey. Yeah, I'll let you pick, by the way, what color you want to wear.
You have multiple Bo Nix jerseys?
Oh, I've got plenty of. I got 3 Bo Nix jerseys.
Why?
Because Bo's the best. But you can wear orange. You can wear navy if you'd like. I won't get upset. But shout out to Coach Chris. And you know what? Here's what I'll do, Coach Chris. If you're okay with it, you've done this before. If you would like to give automatic entry to another fan, you totally can. If that's cool with you, and I will let you pick who that is for the people that are spamming in the comment section. You know what we can do? We can do this. If you want to get the opportunity, if Coach Chris is cool with it, and I'll let him decide. If you want the opportunity to get automatic entry into the Champ Bailey laser autograph jersey raffle, you got to say Boo Alper down in the comment section.
Of course.
Spam Boo Alper. Alper. Boo Alper.
Yeah, see it right there.
And then we'll keep it going. See, just right there. Let's see Alper sweat. Come on, peeps. What's the news on Powers, RJ, and Stranad? Ben Powers should be coming back very shortly. RJ Harvey doesn't look like it's that big of an issue. He does have a rib injury. You can't really re-injure those ribs. It's just going to be harder for him to breathe. But he looks like he's good. Stranad does not look good. Stranad looks like he could be out for a long, extended period of time.
A lot of booze.
A lot of booze.
Except for Michelle. Michelle's the real one here.
Nah.
We all know.
Justin Stranad did not practice today, by the way. Pat Bryant did return to practice today. That's great news. RJ Harvey practiced today. That's even bigger news. Yeah, we're good. Everybody's good. Justin Stranad is not going to be, he's not going to play, I don't think, for a while. All right, here we go.
You count down?
Coach Chris, I'll count down from 10. If you want to pick somebody who's typing Boo Alper, that'd be swell. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go ahead and pick there, Coach Chris.
Is he going to pick? Pick Michelle.
Jackson. Who's Jackson? Jackson Hudson. He gets automatic entry. Shout out to you, Jackson Hudson, and thank Coach Chris. Thank Coach Chris.
Thank me.
Ah, yes. Sean Payton just said RJ Harvey's rib injury is fine. We're good. We're good, folks.
I know a better rookie running back.
If you're going to say Travion Henderson, I might.
Who's the lead candidate for Offensive Rookie of the Year?
Travion Henderson.
There we go. How many rushing yards does RJ Harvey have?
Not as much.
773.
I don't think that's a fair comparison, though, because J.K. Dobbins was our lead back, and
so
R.J.
was
Harvey.
Ramondre Stevenson.
But R.J. Harvey was getting it like 4 carries a game.
So was Travion Henderson.
No. Who's got more receiving yards?
I have no idea.
RJ Harvey, because I did a player 2 stat comp against them. You can look it up. You can actually bring it up. I have it. It's player 2 stat comp.
Before the Falcons game, Travion Henderson, 2 carries, 9 carries, 6 carries, 7 carries.
If the
3
Broncos
carries,
played
5
the
carries.
Falcons, they would absolutely slaughter them.
That would not even be a game.
A Broncos-Pats AFC Championship would be cool. That's what it's going to be. I will give you guys one bit of credit here. One. The 2 best teams in the AFC are the Broncos and the Pats.
Look, I am just waiting because the Patriots, unless we have a milestone collapse where we have to face Brady Cook and the Jets and Quinn Ewers the final 2 weeks of the season.
Oh, I forgot. You have to play Quinn Ewers.
So we have two easy ass games.
Coach Chris says, "What's the dollar amount?" We're at $140.
$140.
So we need $60 more to get there. To get Alper not a Patriots jersey, in a Broncos.
You can
Bo
put me in a
Nix
Patriots jersey.
No.
So
You're already wearing an ugly ass Patriots sweater.
I'm wearing a Knicks shirt under this. NBA Cup champs, baby.
All right, let's jump into our second cut. I forgot the word there. Our second cut here, because we do have to allow Alper to get to his live show later today too. So I'm not the only one that's, in this to win it.
It is going to be good because, what is it? Like I said, the Bills are probably going to get the 5 or 6 seed, and they're going to win their first round.
Oh.
They're going to win their first round. They're going to beat the AFC South or the Steelers.
Yeah, I agree.
So then they're going to face you guys next, and then
all things football.
That's
Send
a
in
win for me
$10.
because either the Broncos are knocked out or the Chiefs are knocked out. So you guys knock each other out.
All things football. I moved up your raffle entries to 6 because you get 4 more for that.
Also, we need your questions, guys. Hashtag Broncos.
Hashtag Broncos indeed.
We'll get to that and then.
All right, you ready? Shout out to Boo Alper. Hey, Alpy, any losing to Baltimore? Oh, Dr. Checkmate coming in with the $2 soup. Letting you know. Letting you know, baby. All right, let's do this. Let's jump into it quick. I know you gotta do yours as well. The next one coming up, guys, is all about Jahdae Barron starting at safety. Should it happen, or should the Broncos just ride with P.J. Locke? We're going to get into it, talk about it, and what I think is the right call here from the Denver Broncos. Broncos country. Should Jahdae Barron be starting at the safety position for the injured Brandon Jones, who is now on IR? I think it's important to talk about, considering when the Denver Broncos drafted Jahdae Barron, they didn't just draft him to be a nickel corner. They drafted him because of that versatility that he offers on the defensive side of the ball. Welcome in, Broncos country, to the Broncos Breakdown by Chat Sports. My name is Moose. Now, the Broncos currently have 2 potential starting safeties right now. You can either go with P.J. Locke or you could go with Jahdae Barron. So with the Jones injury, the question now is, should Barron start or should it remain P.J. Locke? I think both are fine. I want to get that out of the way. But it should be at least worth noting, considering Barron has played safety somewhat in college. If it is time to unlock Jahdae Barron, not just as a safety, not just as a nickel corner or an outside corner or a defensive player as a whole, if you just want to unlock the guy, hit that thumbs up icon. Support number 23, support Moose, and support the show. Support the show? Support the show here on the Broncos Breakdown. The Athletic had a really nice quote about Jahdae Barron, believe it or not. They said Barron at times has basically served as a weak side linebacker, a unique role for a defensive back who is 5'11", 200 pounds. He was in that spot during a second quarter play against the Philadelphia Eagles this season, and as a result, he could turn up anywhere, as Payton noted, whether it's during run support, working on the slot receiver, the tight end, taking on a faster wideout, etc. His confidence is noteworthy, and that a lot of times comes from his structure and his player profile as a first-round pick. Some of the roles that he's played this year, and if you go back to when this was probably week 3 or week 4, people were asking me about Jahdae Barron, and they kept saying, when are we going to see Jahdae Barron really define his role? And I said, I don't know that you're going to get that this year because he's so talented and so versatile. It's almost like the Broncos were just sending him out there and saying, just go make a play. If you've played nickel corner, outside corner, free safety, and weak side linebacker, you can clearly see that Jahdae has a multitude of roles. He can fill any single one of those at any time. Translation, he's just a really good defensive player. And that's fine right now. It's very obvious that when a player becomes really good at their respective position, they have a certain mold. Right? Unless your name is Pat Surtain, and then you're good at everything. But those are like the elites of the elites. But most players find a specific type of play. Talanoa Hufanga, for example, is an excellent safety, but he's a power safety. He's a pressure safety. He's not nearly as good in single coverage, but he's okay at it. That's his defined role. Jahdae Barron doesn't have that yet. He's just sort of all over the field, making plays everywhere, as defined by what the Athletic said. So, just take a look at the stats here real quick. Jahdae's 26 tackles, 4 PBUs, 1 INT, and a coverage grade of 53, which is not great, but it's not terrible. But if you remember, Jahdae has been primarily playing out of the slot, and he's primarily covering the tight ends. That's his role. And I'll say this, he's damn good at his role. Now it's time to expand that role. If you look at the Broncos cornerback chart, Pat Surtain and Riley Moss can cover the outsides, right? We're not worried about our outside corners right now. Jaquan McMillan has had one of the best seasons I've ever seen him have. Iron sharpens iron when it comes to McMillan and Barron. McMillan has definitely served his role as the nickel. So if you were to slide Jaquan into that starting nickel spot, you could move Jahdae back out there and not skip a beat on any single player. In fact, the safety combos, you've got 3 of them that can do basically anything depending on what package you're rolling with. If you're rolling with a nickel package, if you're rolling with a dime package or a quarters package, it doesn't really matter. You could put Talanoa Hufanga, PJ Locke, and Jahdae Barron all on the field in different types of roles. Knowing that Talanoa Hufanga is your power player, by the way. But these 2 right here would be more of your coverage ones. Now, I know that there's a narrative going around from a lot of people on social media. Kodiak Broncos, one of my favorite Twitter sites for the Denver Broncos content, definitely came up and they had a pretty good point. Starting Jahdae Barron at safety is easier said than done. Just because a guy can cover doesn't mean that they can be a coverage back every single down. Calling checks, lining everyone up, it's new stuff every single week. But I will push back on that slightly. Nobody's saying that it has to be every single down. It doesn't. It can absolutely be a multitude of packages where you see fit. That's the beauty of Vance Joseph's defense. You can put in a multitude of packages with a multitude of players and just kind of rotate it. That's called disguise coverage. And that's what Vance Joseph does really well, specifically with his blitzing schemes. You'll often see a lot of players play at the line of scrimmage. The Broncos look like they're rushing 7, and then they rush 4 and drop the other 3 back in coverage, and then the quarterback is scrambled like, oh, I wasn't expecting that. I didn't call a check. I basically was just anticipating the blitz. Now I've got all this extra time, but that 4-man front can still get after me. So Vance Joseph is exceptional at disguising his coverage. So if I had to pick a starter right now at safety, right, because this is what this is all about, I'd probably still go PJ Locke, only because veteran, tons of time in the Vance Joseph system, has filled that role before, but I would not be opposed to seeing Jahdae Barron get more snaps. And speaking of PJ Locke, we're going to talk about PJ Locke coming up here in just a moment. But before we do that, I do have to give a major shout out and tell you guys about my friends over at Prize Picks. Holiday season's here, guys. 9 days away, or now it's 8 days away from Christmas. I can't believe it came so fast. But there is one place where it continues to be good to be right, and that is with our friends over at Prize Picks. They got a brand new feature alert. they now have early payouts, meaning if your lineup gets off to a hot start, you now have the option to cash out those winnings before the game even finishes. If your fantasy season is already over, my team's totally cooked. But with Prize Picks, I don't have to wait until next year's draft. They let me play fantasy football every week by letting me know when my players hit and when I win when they hit those projections. Speaking of lineups, takes 30 seconds to make one. Pick the player, more or less on their stat projections. Watch your money multiply. Up to 2,000 times your cash this football season on Prize Picks. So do me and yourself a favor. Download the app today. Use code CLNS to get $50 instantly in lineups when you play your first $5 lineup. That's code CLNS to get $50 instantly in lineups when you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks, It is good to be right. Sean Payton was asked specifically about P.J. Locke and how he played against the Green Bay Packers when he did come in for Brandon Jones, who got injured pretty early in the second quarter, if I'm remembering correctly. I could be wrong about that. But Payton said, he played well. I thought really well. He has played a lot of football. He was very blunt about it, and you know how Sean Payton gets. He's not going to divulge too much information. He's not going to sing the praises of any one specific player unless they absolutely deserve it. I think what he's saying is, I'm not worried about P.J. Locke. He played 48% of the snaps against the Packers, and look, the Broncos still went out and won. And the second half was even better than the first half. So, if anything, P.J. Locke helped the Broncos defense get better as the game went on, which is awesome. And if you don't believe me, check out their PFF grades for the game against the Packers. Pat Surtain, best cornerback in the game right there. Definitely better than Christian Gonzalez. Shout out to Alper, who's on the ones and twos. Nick Benito was number 2. And then P.J. Locke was number 3. So he definitely played a great game. You have to give your hands off to him. The guy knows what to do when his number is called, and that number is 6, by the way. And a quick reminder for you, in case you forgot, this is just not some small little news nugget that fell out of the sky. Locke had back surgery back in January of 2025, and now, according to Brandon Jones himself, looks an inch taller and back to his spry self. That's awesome to hear. So could that regression in 2024 have been somewhat due to this back injury? It's entirely possible. But I also know that he's been playing very well on special teams this year. That's what he's actually been most known for this year, was a special teams ace. 13 out of 14 games, Locke has suited up. 62.9 PFF grade on special teams this season. He's been itching to get into the game. You know exactly what he's going to do when he gets into the game. He's not as talented as Brandon Jones. He's not as sticky in coverage as Brandon Jones, but he is a just fine replacement for a team that has a ton of depth. And speaking of depth, if P.J. Locke doesn't work out, J.L. Skinner has been awesome in special teams. Devin Key has been awesome in special teams. By the way, I just noticed, we have a Locke and Key as our safeties. That's pretty damn cool. I know you noticed that as well. But I look at this and I say, this is exactly why the Broncos went out and attacked so aggressively on their defense this offseason, both in the draft and during free agency, is for moments like these. If a player goes down and the Broncos viewed themselves in a position where not only A, they were going to compete for a playoff spot, but potentially something far beyond that, they had the depth necessary to fill in if need be. The next 3 games, though, are crucial, not just for P.J. Locke, but for the Broncos in general. If you want to lock up, no pun intended, that number 1 overall seed in the AFC, you got to just win out. I know that mathematically there are a couple of scenarios where you don't have to win all 3 games, but why would we want to bring that into contention? Just win all 3 games, ride into that number 1 seed, take your bye week, and shut Pats fans up for good. Is the Denver Broncos secondary a concern to you? Let me know in the comment section down below. Not really. If I had to scale this on a scale of 1 to 10, with 10 being like super nervous, 3 probably. I mean, like, obviously he's not Brandon Jones, but again, I'm not super worried about it considering we still have to go up against Gardner Minshew and broken hand and paper mache offensive line, Justin Herbert and the Chargers. So I'm not that concerned about it. That's going to do it for us on today's episode. A reminder to hit that subscribe button, like today's video, and as always, a mile-high salute. Be cool. Coach Chris with the 20. Barron for safety? No. Let PJ do his thing. We need Barron covering the slot and supporting the inside linebackers. I'm not upset about this. I think that this is a very legitimate argument. I do think that, having him out there and staying at that position where, you are the slot corner is still something that he's very good at, covering the tight end as well. So I don't hate this, Coach Chris. I'm just saying that based off of what we drafted him to be, there is an opportunity for him to play a little bit of safety if we needed him to.
We have 2 questions.
Only 2?
We have 2.
Wow, that's not good enough.
One from Jackson and
let's get some hashtag Broncos going right now.
We also have some super chats.
Yeah, we have a couple.
But we need more questions. Unless you want to go to Michelle's question.
I wouldn't mind a Michelle one, but she'd have to put in hashtag Broncos.
Well, no, her question's pretty fun.
I think I would actually answer that. I think that's pretty funny. Go get it, brother. Go get yourself a little Bo Nix jersey, because we got a DB for L Young Feech. Bang! Let's go! Let's go! Moose. I will be at the on-site for the Jags game this week. That's really cool. I'm really excited, but I hear a sellout Broncos game again, But I am worried about that term trap game for this Broncos week. I still believe hashtag DB4L, hashtag Nick wrong. I don't know why everybody keeps calling it a trap game.
It's not a trap game.
It can't be a trap game if they're 10-4. I do understand, though, that taking your opponent lightly is not something that you should do, especially coming off of a very, very, what's the word I'm looking for? Emotional, high-powered Green Bay Packers win. You don't want to come out riding the emotions of that game. It's a new week. You've got to reset. You've got to lock back in and beat the Jacksonville Jaguars handedly, who notably are not as good as the Green Bay Packers. So I'm not worried about it being a trap game, but I am worried that the Denver Broncos might come out a little bit sluggish because of the emotional victory that they had against the Packers. What a move. And you know what that means, Alper? You've got to go get a Bo Nix jersey. Somebody's got to bring it in. And there's our buddy Jackson Durham going to help.
This is disgusting. Joshua Kirby, if we play New England in the playoffs in Denver, do I actually believe... Yes, I believe the Patriots can beat the Broncos. We're going to be fully healthy. Once we get Milton Williams back, you're cooked. It will be a story of defenses. But I believe Drake May is better than Bo Nix, which he is clearly. And I don't think that Bo will be able to move the ball down the field.
Say it with me now. Bo leave.
I'm not saying that.
Bo leave. Bo leave.
Bo sucks. Bo sucks.
No, he does not. You even said earlier today you don't think that Bo sucks.
I don't think he's a top 5 quarterback.
That's not what I asked. There's a huge difference between top 5 quarterback and sucking.
I think Jalen Hurts sucks.
I know what you think about Jalen Hurts.
I think he sucks.
We got a DB for
But also-
L.
Also,
Yeah.
the quarterback play in the NFL is dog shit.
Everybody get your hashtag Broncos in, by the way.
We need questions.
We need questions. Hashtag Broncos. Let's go Ravens, says Coach Chris. Shout out to you, Coach Chris. Oh, yes. Pick your favorite, Alper.
You choose.
You know what? I think you should wear the orange one. Orange is a good color on you. Go ahead. Show everybody that you're going to be wearing yourself a nice little Bo Nix jersey.
Oh, my God.
You can go hang that one back up. Thank you, though.
No!
Everybody cheer on Alper as he puts on his Bo Nix jersey.
It's disgusting.
He says it's disgusting, but it's not that gross. Young Feege, the reason because it's a fan vote. And the fans don't love the Broncos right now, except for Broncos fans. Oh, you look wonderful. You look great. Orange is your color. You really should rock it more often.
I do with the Knicks.
I can't wait. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to take a nice little photo of you. I'm going to let all of your Patriots fans know. Go ahead. Give us a nice little smile.
Oh, man.
Oh, I love it. I'm putting it in.
Do not like this.
I'm liking it.
Ugly.
There we go.
Ugly. Ugly. Moose is getting timeout.
Who's getting timeout?
You.
Oh.
Well, Moose isn't. Moose
I'm not
isn't
producing.
today,
I'm not
Michelle.
producing. You see, winners don't have to do that. If you don't choke away wins, you don't have to do that. But, some people didn't. So that's all I'm saying. Wide Alper, baby. Wide Alper. It looks good on you, everybody is saying. Bo looks good on Alper.
Pause. Can we get the questions?
Let's get some hashtag Broncos in, guys. Use hashtag Broncos and ask a question. We need more.
1, 2, 3.
Can you please check the social? I don't know if he did that right.
I did.
Oh, is it good?
What do you mean?
The social.
Like
the
yes.
Yes. Does it burn? Alper says Danny Carr.
It burns. No.
Yeah, see, I thought. That's not the correct one even, by the way.
Really?
Yeah. If you look at the script. What did he do?
I don't know.
All right, can you just fix that manually?
Yeah.
Do you see the...
Yeah.
Okay. We need a couple more. We need at least 3 more questions. At least 3 more. So use hashtag Broncos. Mike, what's up, Mike Nintendo? Good to see you. We're doing good. We're just making Alper wear Bo Nix jerseys. Oh, Michelle, trust me. If the Patriots beat the Broncos in the playoffs, it's a lot worse than that.
How's that?
You spelled that last part wrong. Lieve.
I don't know how to spell. I thought the E comes before the I.
No.
Really?
Yes. Correct.
Oh, yeah, I guess it is.
You guys got to use hashtag Broncos to get your questions in, by the way. Thank you, All Things Football. Reb says, sick shirt, Moose. Dude, it's my favorite shirt. I've been on the train of the Denver Broncos need to make their throwbacks their primaries. Because their throwbacks are the coolest in the entire NFL.
The Patriots need to bring back the jerseys from the 2000s. These new generic jerseys are terrible.
Whose? Yours?
Yeah. We're literally copying every single jersey in the book.
Yeah, your guys are copiers, I'll tell you that.
We used to have original jerseys.
I thought Brett was wearing a Chiefs jersey. Now that's a Bo Nix jersey.
We got $200 in super chats. I had to put the jersey on. But if you can see, it's still right under here.
Nope. Put it back up. Not until this mailbag's over. All right, here we go.
Do we have enough?
I think we have enough. Plus, we have supers.
One. I mean, we can reuse Danny's. 2, 3.
Thank you, Michael. Thank you, Coach Chris. Coach Chris has gotten a couple of them.
4. 5. I like Dr. Checkmate's question. 6.
Plus super chats.
7.
And
yeah.
And a social. So we're
8,
good.
9.
Yeah, we're fine.
Okay, we're fine. We're fine.
Okay. Up, there's Falls. There's another one.
There we go.
All right, we're good. Jumping into our mailbag, and then we'll jump on out of here.
Glad you told me to check that.
Yeah, I know. I had a feeling. I don't think he knows how to do it. I'm going to be completely honest with you. I don't think anybody's like...
So mine are going to be like that.
Yeah, probably. No, well, no, because Sam built yours. Yeah, so you're fine.
Bingo. All right, let's do this.
All right, let's do it. Yep, I'm ready. Broncos country, welcome into our mailbag episode that airs every single live show, which is on today's recording, Wednesday at 3 p.m. Central Time, getting real questions from Broncos fans to another big-time Denver Broncos fan. Now, coming up in Week 16, the Broncos are on an 11-game win streak going up against another very good team this year. The Jacksonville Jaguars are 10-4, but the Broncos are no longer underdogs at home. They are now the overdogs at home. And to start us off with a DB4L, Coach Chris coming in with a $50 super chat. Let's go Broncos. First seed and the AFC crown. It's ours for the taking. This is the best team in the NFL right now. There's not a singular team that is playing better football right now than the Denver Broncos, specifically when they come in and play all three phases of their game. Offense, defense, special teams. When all three of those phases come together, the Broncos are by far and away the most talented team in the entire league. There's no debating it whatsoever. Shout out to you, Coach Chris, for your $50 super chat. I greatly appreciate it. Speaking of another Chris Ray. Good to see Bo live against the Raiders in Denver last year, and I had a feeling with how he played that we found our guy. I could see him taking down some of Elway's franchise records someday. A deep playoff run incoming. I like where your head's at. I think we're just running that gun a little bit too quickly. John Elway is the greatest Denver Broncos quarterback that's ever lived. Bo Nix has had a very good start to his career. I think he is the franchise quarterback for the next 10-plus years or however long, barring any injury, knock on wood. I just think we might need to pump the brakes a little bit when it comes to saying that he could break Elway's records. But I will say this, the last part of your question and the last part of your statement, excellent. I do see a deep playoff run coming. I do believe the Denver Broncos, at minimum, get to the AFC Championship game this season. Thank you, Chris, for your $20 super chat. All things football with the $5 super chat. A lot of supers today. That's great stuff. This is a trap game because I know people are sleeping on the Jags. How do you see a win, Moose? Any score prediction? Sorry if I missed it earlier. You didn't miss it earlier. I didn't answer this question yet, but I don't think it's a trap game because the Jaguars are 10-4. The definition of a trap game is a team that's not supposed to beat you with a much more poor record. The Jaguars are a good football team. They're at the very top of their division, and currently I think they're the number 3 or the number 4 seed in the entire AFC. They're the number 3 seed. Thank you, producer Alper. So I can't say that it's a trap game, but I do see us winning on the back of Bo Nix, considering the Jacksonville Jaguars are the number 1 team against the run in the NFL. They've got a great defensive line in stopping the run. Score prediction to answer your final part, 27-20 Broncos win. Coach Chris with another $50 super chat. DB4L. Let's see Alper sweats. Talking about the bet that we made earlier today. Any news on Ben Powers, RJ, and Stranad? RJ Harvey is fine. Sean Payton came out and said that his rib's not a huge injury. Stranad does not look good. He did not practice at the time of this recording. And the Broncos, at least from everything that I'm reading, believe that it's a more serious injury with his ankle. Powers is designated to return. I think he's going to be just fine. We're going to have him back for the playoffs here coming up in just a couple of weeks. So I'm not super worried about it. Young Feege with the $5 super. Why do you think there's less Broncos players in Pro Bowl voting? Because it's fan-led, and most fans don't love what the Broncos are doing outside of Broncos fans, which they're wrong because we have so much talent. But a lot of it is fan voting. So, the Broncos don't make a ton of headlines every single week. They do in Denver. But, and more recently they have been, but for the most part, most of them are like, oh, Drake May is low for a lot. Matt Stafford is low for a lot. So it's just, whatever. I'm not super upset about it. Although I did see somewhere that the Broncos had, 10 candidates in Pro Bowl voting, which is more than any team in the NFL. So, at least they're acknowledging that there is talent on the team. Danny. If first place is locked up, do you see the value in the starters playing in Week 17? If we rest them, they will be sitting for weeks. No, you do not rest them in Week 17. You would rest them in Week 18. But I also could very well see Sean Payton saying, if we win the number 1 seed, that bye week is the time to rest your players. So I could very easily see him playing all of the starters from now until the very end of the regular season. I don't think that's out of the realm of possibilities. And the Broncos have an opportunity to go 15-2 this year, which is, from last year even, an exceptional feat. So I'm right there with you, Danny. I think it's possible, but I will say it's not very probable. I believe with the Stranad injury, speaking of which, what linebackers can we get in free agency or the draft? Not super sure about free agency in this one. I'd have to go back and do my homework a little bit more, but I do know that there's a couple of draftable players, specifically where the Broncos are currently drafting. We picked 32nd right now. And in case you were doing the math, there's only 32 teams. So as of right now, we're the last pick in the 2026 NFL draft, which I'm not super upset about because it means you're pretty much in contention for a Super Bowl or winning a Super Bowl every single year. But to answer your question more specifically, there is a linebacker from the University of Texas named Anthony Hill Jr., and this dude's a stud. He's really, really good. I view him a lot like Jahdae Campbell from Alabama last year, who went to the Philadelphia Eagles, funny enough, who just won the Super Bowl last year against the Kansas City Chiefs. Now, we can go back and forth about what year was better, 2024 or 2025. It's obvious that 2024 was his better season than this year, but he's also dealing with an injury. He broke his hand like 3 weeks ago. So he hasn't played in the last 2 games. He's only played 10 games this year. And still, 69 tackles, so he's almost averaging 7 tackles a game, 7 for loss, 4 sacks, and a coverage grade of 63.3. He's a multifaceted linebacker. He can do it all. He can play as an edge. He can play as a special teamer. He can play as a coverage backer, so on and so forth. The reason that I bring this up is because with Dre Greenlaw here for the next 2 years, and I think we're going to see a lot of great from Dre Greenlaw, depending on what we want to do with Alex Singleton, there is a world in which the Broncos only re-sign Singleton to a 1-year deal. And look, the last 2 seasons, this guy's been unbelievable. 2024, he was amazing. Remember, he played 16 games in 2024. 113 tackles, 16.5 for loss, 8 sack, and a coverage grade that was slightly less. Now, 2025, like I said, he's dealing with a broken hand. It's obviously a slight regression, but not that much. I mean, this dude can still really play. And again, I told you, he reminds me a lot of Jahdae Campbell. the multifaceted linebacker. Pressure player, surveyor over the middle of the field, can drop back in coverage, can play as an edge. He can do it all. He can do it all. So why not just draft Anthony Hill and have him as that rotational piece alongside the likes of Q Robinson? Then next year, if you wanted to have it, you could have Q, Dre, Alex Singleton, and Hill as your 4 linebackers, your interior linebackers. Obviously, the outside linebackers play more as edges, but I don't think you're moving Jonah Ellis back to that, middle part of the field. It just doesn't make any sense. So if you're going to draft a linebacker, let me know down in the comment section down below. Yes or no, or if you're in the live chat, let me know in the live chat down below as well. Before we continue on with a few more questions, I got to tell you guys about our friends over at Rocket Money, the app that is personally saving me hundreds of dollars every single month. And I'll tell you why that is the case. Maybe you thought that you had a solid handle on your budget. Maybe your spreadsheet said that you should have an extra $1,000 left over each month. But if your bank account isn't reflecting that, I'm telling you, something's off. Rocket Money helps you track every dollar, uncover hidden spending, and take control of your finances. It's a personal finance app that helps you find and cancel your unwanted subscriptions, monitors your spending, and helps you lower your bills so that you can grow your savings. They've got a dashboard that lays out every bit of your total financial picture, including bill due dates and paydays, in a way that's easy to digest. You can even automatically create custom budgets based off of your past spending. I just found out recently that I'm paying for food subscription services that I don't even have downloaded on my phone, which is crazy to think about. They've saved me tons of money, and they've saved users over $2.5 billion, including over $880 million in canceled subscriptions alone. Cancel your unwanted subscriptions today and reach your financial goals faster with Rocket Money. Go to rocketmoney.com/Broncos chat today. That's rocketmoney.com/Broncos chat. rocketmoney.com/Broncos chat. Promo God. What free agent wide receiver do we go after next offseason? Ooh. George Pickens. But I think that Dallas might franchise tag him. So I'll tell you what, Mike Evans is a free agent target. Christian Kirk is a free agent target. Jawan Jennings is a free agent target. Out of those guys that I just listed, I'd prefer to have Mike Evans, but he's got injury concerns. Jawan Jennings is not a bad idea, I don't think. Jacoby Myers is also an option, but I also think he'll re-sign with Jacksonville. I'm going to say right now, my official answer is Jawan Jennings. I think that's where I'm going to rely on. He plays for the 49ers right now. Falls. Hey, Moose. Nick should be in the MVP convo. I'm convinced that after a W on Sunday, he would be. If he pulls up and plays like he did against the Packers, dude, I'm telling you right now, Bo Nix has played just like Nick Wright said. His best 3 games of his career back-to-back-to-back weeks. And this one by far was his best. He was superb against the Packers. I do believe if he has another game like he did against the Packers against the Jaguars, he will absolutely be in the top 3 of MVP conversation, no doubt. Jackson, this will be our last one, Mr. Alper. Who do you think our first game is of the playoffs would be? Believe it or not, we would have the bye right now, but then what is it? What is the official ruling, Alper? Is it one plays the winner of the 4 and the 5?
One plays the winner of the lowest seed.
So it'll be 2 and... So it could be 7 or 6 or 5.
Or 5.
So basically what you're saying is if it started today, you would play either the Chargers, the Bills, or the Texans.
If they won.
If they won. And I'm not going to lie to you, I really hope the Texans don't win. They're scary. So I don't want to play the Houston Texans. I'd much rather play the Buffalo Bills or the Los Angeles Chargers. I think the Steelers are a really easy team to beat as well. I don't think they're good at all. That's going to do it for us on today's episode. A reminder to hit that subscribe button, like today's video. And as always, Broncos country, a mile-high salute to you. Be cool. Awesome. Awesome. Shout out to you guys. Coach Chris, I appreciate the kind words, my friend. Thank you for super chatting today. It means a lot to me. 135 people still watching. I'll give you guys 2 more minutes until 4:20 to get your last-minute supers in, and then we're cutting the show so Alper can go do his Patriots live.
If you guys want to come join in.
I'm not going to be.
But we're going to be talking Pats.
Yeah. Make sure you let them know that you had to put on a Broncos jersey.
They'll know.
They'll know? Is that what you're saying?
Probably.
Bike.
Don't forget, tonight we got a big bowl game. A big bowl game.
Who plays tonight?
Louisiana and Delaware.
Ew, gross.
Get to see Mini Coochie.
All righty. Well, guys, it was a lot of fun. I'm going to see you all on, I'll see you tomorrow, but I'll see you all for our next live on Sunday against the Jacksonville Jaguars. It's going to be a lot of fun. Pull up 11 in a row. And listen, don't be the guy that jinxes it. If you've pulled up to every single one of our watch parties and you don't, I'm just saying, you could be jinxing us. Don't do it. So, a reminder to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Make sure you check out some Denver Broncos sweet merch. And as always, Mile High Salute. Be cool.